Hey guys, it's me, Minecraft World, and welcome to episode 10 of Minecraft World on the air. Alrighty, mental gens, let's get this show going. One sec, I just wanna make sure I'm not echoing on the other side, or at least not fully replaying the video on the other side. Let me real quick. There we go. Cool. All right. Before I share the StreamYard link, let's see, because I have a decent amount of people here, or at least 3. Right. I am so ready to rip this movie a new one. You might have some competition with that one, because I don't really think it's that bad. Yo, Avik. Remake of the first third of Rodan time. Boy. And hello, Nico Stud. What's up? Yeah, so if you, as typical, if you are in Zimzilla 99's Discord server, I have sent the link. And feel free to hop on whenever you are ready. Hello, Intestine Inspector. And I am waiting for 1 or 2 specific people that I have invited. So, yeah. And while I am doing that, I am going to be writing. Let me just real quick split that. Go. And, I will be on in a second, just do a bit of preamble. Will do. Hello.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Minecrafters?
It's going all right. How are you this morning? How are you this fine? Well, morning for me, but...
Well, it's still morning over here, so...
Yeah, fair. I just got back like an hour ago from breakfast, so... And Vic is here. Right, Kuru will be on in 5. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm just currently writing stuff down for the Flash Fiction stuff that Zim shared on his channel, which go check out Zim's channel for those new here. Yeah.
Rodan 2.
Well, Rodan 1.5.
1.5 remix, final mix.
Hello, Sea Monster Essays. God damn you with the varying shit.
Wait, what? Oh my god, not this shit again.
Don't worry, we're not gonna sidetrack into that.
Knowing us, we probably will.
True.
Somebody, it's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna make the joke with Megaguirus, so yeah.
Well, I think it's gonna be Zim.
Probably.
Knowing him.
But yeah, how are you, Mental Gen, doing this lovely morning?
Pretty all right.
Yeah.
That's good. Is it too early for you, Vic? I know it's like an hour behind me.
Normally it is, but to be honest, I'm actually coming off of an all-nighter, so I actually haven't slept at all.
Oh,
Damn.
Jesus.
But I'm good.
Man.
Okay. At least you're alive.
I'm having some lunch right now, so if you kind of hear some clanging in the background, that means I'm just eating something.
What are you eating?
Some leftover chicken, not tuna casserole.
Nice. I got myself some French toast for breakfast.
I just changed my profile for the occasion.
Yay. I'm going to see Avatar today with my brother. Nice. Good. Hopefully you enjoy. I might watch it on my own time, like just when it leaves theaters, because I really don't care about the Avatar movies.
Don't let Crew hear you say that.
He's in the chat. Okay, I don't think they're bad. They're just. I don't know. I'm neutral on them. These are movies that exist.
They exist, and
They are
Avatar 1 is
cultural
based on the hottest.
phenomenons. Get it right.
I mean, they make like enough. They seem to be like incredibly successful. Like they are a cultural phenomenon, but yeah, like
at this point they might as well be a silent cultural phenomenon because, like, come on,
sleeper hits, if you will.
Yeah, something like that. Sleeper hits that make $1 billion each time.
Sleeper hits that just so happen to be some of the highest grossing films on the planet in Hollywood. How the hell does that keep happening?
Made by a renowned director. Even though I know you have your own.
Yeah, I have my opinions on Cameron. Also, hi.
It's Zim.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and the tisms of visms.
Yeah.
It's Megaguirus time, boys.
It is time for the most leggy of Megaguirus that we've ever seen.
Yeah. I know, you have your own opinions. I want to wait till Kuru gets here before we get properly started.
All right.
But, yeah. So, before that, -0 hype.
We got a poster with some
go.
smoke.
Hey,
That's why
what's
I'm
it
here.
called? -0 got that smoke on. He knows what's up. He wants to smoke. It's time
Real.
to sweep through the Academy Awards once again.
And eat all the woke movies.
Exactly,
And
as
make
you
Adam
should.
Adam Does Movies cope and seethe yet again.
Bruh, with the release of the Moana remake, Godzilla's gonna be eating good this year, man.
Oh my
The
god.
way
It's
it is that if Adam Does Movies does another review, I'm gonna have to find a bunch of clips from him and just like use the coping and seething song, but just with Adam Does Movies clips.
yeah.
They're doing-
No,
Another
lip sync.
Thanksgiving
No. Lip sync it.
Oh god.
The Dogura copium spiral begins. I am 50% sure that it's Mothra. At this point,
Really?
I am 50% sure that it's Mothra, considering Bright Light, Year of Mothra, 65th
That is
anniversary.
true, yeah.
The year the Mothra's done right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of Mothra, I got the book. So
I need to get the book somehow.
yeah, I am probably gonna finish reading the Odyssey and reading my brother's book before I start this one. But
It's a very short book.
yeah, no, it is. It is. And I'm also, I think, when is the release date for Mothra 1961 release date? When was that? May. Okay, so Mothra released in May. So because I'm considering doing a discussion stream for it that year. This year. So
What's also cool is that my a coworker of my dad was in Japan and he ended up bringing me back a book. It's called Battle of Mechagodzilla. Everything else is in Japanese, but the book itself is pretty cool. If I could find like the image, like the cover image online, I'll show it.
nice. And then Gorgo was March of 1961. So Gorgo was first. And then Mothra. No, May was the American release date. July was the Japan release date. Okay. So
Pretty
that makes
solid
a
year
lot
for
of sense.
female kaiju.
So that was the book you got?
That's the book I got, yeah.
That is sick.
It is really nice. It primarily goes over, like, it's Kiryu focused, but then it goes over all the other appearances that Mechagodzilla has. It even has, like, a small little blurb about Singular Point's Mechagodzilla, and then it goes over, like, small bits from both the Heisei and the Millennium series with a little bit of
Nice.
Nishikawa concept in the back.
That's cool. I'm assuming you're going to be using this for once you finally start getting to work on designing Mechagodzilla, or at least your take on it.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about that is there is another book that Matt Burkett from Monstrosities gave me as a present a while back that has even more of Nishikawa's concept art. So I'll probably be using that one primarily because this one only has some of what he had here. So yeah, I definitely will be. I know that for sure. It also does have essentially the finalized designs for Megaguirus, Meganulon, and Meganula in it too.
Nice.
As well as like a few Bylante pieces. So yeah, like I'm actually, what's it called? When we start proper, I'm gonna be pulling out some Megaguirus concept art for us to see and share.
I mean, fair enough. I also on me, I have my Bandai MMS Megaguirus. I got this at a thrift store, and hey, sick.
A thrift store, wow.
Yeah, no.
Like
there's
we go thrift shopping.
No, not a thrift store. Sorry, it's a comic store. It's a really close one. It's like 5-10 minutes drive down from my house in Utah. It's like, and it's pretty good. Just general.
It rode the Malcolmore joke.
That's fair, because I was about to say, I'm like, there ain't no way you're telling me like a thrift store had a Megaguirus figure.
No, like it was the most random find ever, and I'm very happy. Morning, Alpha.
You're just gonna say, I'm gonna pop some tags. I only got $20 in my pocket.
This is effing awesome.
Got Megaguirus.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy with this figure. I'm glad I have something relating to the character. I know for a fact I'm gonna get the SHMA Godzilla 2000, and I'm considering getting the SHMA Megaguirus once that drops. Is it a little too expensive? Yes. Do I care? No.
I know, like, definitely, because I
know
get a
Megaguirus will cry about it that you have the Megaguirus SH figure arts.
So yeah, yeah. I have seen a lot of hype for the 2000 Godzilla from SHMA. I'm looking forward to the Meyer Goji from Haya as well. Do Orga! Give me Orga!
Yes.
It's like, I really love 2000's like one of my favorite designs, but then I'm also like, do I really need another one? Because I already have the Sakai monster art, and then I'm like, do I have any space for the other one? That's my question, at least to myself.
I mean, it's a more accurate sculpt.
Yeah, it's a no more accurate sculpt, but then I also have the version 2, the Bandai, the Movie Monster series one, that's more accurate to the original one. To where it's like, if I wanted accurate sculpts, I technically now already have one with the Bandais, and those are the main ones I collect, just because like they're pretty inexpensive, and I always just want a just physical embodiment of the monster, and I think that the new Bandai kind of fulfills that. Like, honestly, this is one of my favorite figures in my collection. I've only had it for like less than a year now. Nice.
Yeah. I guess since we're on the topic of figures and continuing the preamble, because I'm still waiting for Kuru to show up. What's y'all's figure of the year for 2025? Like, it doesn't have to be something that released in 2025. It can be something that arrived or that you bought in 2025.
I'll start. So for me, I didn't get that many figures. I want to say the figure of the year for me was finding a Skylanders Trap Team figure named Enigma. He costed like $40 for me on eBay, but I'm so happy with him because he's OP. Let me find something here.
Yeah. Vic?
Well, for me, probably just gonna have to give it to the Godzilla 1998 movie monster series. Like, that's like a dream come true figure for me that I've been waiting for quite possibly my entire life.
Oh.
And it finally happened.
Hello.
Hey, finally got his Kuru oil on.
Yeah, I'll let everyone finish before we begin. Kuru context, we're asking figure of the year for 2025.
Also, real briefly, I want to show the picture of the figure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
For myself,
yeah, here he is. pretty banger figure. Anyways,
Ooh.
I guess figure of the year. Does that just mean like our favorite figure? Or do we think the best one?
Favorite figure, it doesn't have to have been released in 2025, but like one that you got in 2025 or that arrived in 2025.
Because I got a lot of figures for my collection in 2025, but if I had to pick one that I just keep coming back to, probably my Hammond collection Spinosaurus. Because I have
that's valid.
I have like
Yeah.
I have the big three, T-Rex, Giganotosaurus, and Spinosaurus, all from the Hammond collection. I'm hoping to actually get a replacement for the Giganotosaurus, as mine, it's got that damn tail.
Tail do.
Be too damn loose.
That sucks.
See?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get too many figures this year myself, for financial reasons, but the ones I did get, there were some pretty solid ones. I mean, like I got a hold of the Spinosaurus, from Hammond collection, but as for myself, like it's pretty much like a toss up between the Haya Toys Shimo, and like the reissue of the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Shockwave. I've always wanted to get a hold of that Dark of the Moon Shockwave figure from Studio Series, but I missed out on the first release. So when it got re-released or reissued, I was just like, I'm getting on that immediately. But as far as like Shimo goes, like I know that Shimo isn't really like a favorite character, in this circle, but that figure was the amount of posability in that figure and the detail, like the way the figure's like presented, it's like the sculpting and the paintwork. It's unbelievable what that figure what they were able to accomplish with that figure, and it only costs, like, when you include like shipping and handling and the tariffs and all that, it only just comes to like not $77 pretty much, which is, and it's like a bargain almost compared to what what Tamashii Nations would have charged for their SMHMA Shimo that doesn't even look half as good.
Nope.
Yeah. Zim?
I technically haven't gotten it yet. I just ordered it yesterday, so I'll show a picture of it.
Okay, let me scroll down and share the screen.
So this company is they're doing a run right now of these two almost like Marmot or YMSF inspired Yongari figures. Today is the last day to do an order for them. So the only two that they have available is this one here, which is in this brown color, and then
poster color version, and then that one.
This red one, yeah. The red one apparently is out of, like, they're not accepting orders for the red one, so that one probably is the more popular of the two. This one, I believe, is able to like glow in the dark, which is what this is right here.
Ooh.
And my hope is that the sales for this goes well, because they showed off some other versions. Like, I would love to pick up this version here.
Oh, the movie accurate one.
Yeah, I always prefer movie accurate figures, even if this is more of like the YMSF, less like more stylized sculpts. I'd still want this, or this one right here, which is like based off of the Bulmark Godzilla colors, or this one, which is also based off of the like the Mermaid Godzilla, like the original ones with the L and J shaped tails.
That looks cool.
Both of them are really cool. I just hope they do well so that the other like colors can come out.
Honestly, now I'm considering getting the film accurate one once it drops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my hope is that the sale does these go well. So apparently, this is what the packaging will look like, and this is super cool. Like the company, like it's all officially licensed. It's made in Korea, so gotta support my favorite non-Godzilla, non-Gamera, non-Ultraman kaiju of all time.
Nice. And
Well, it's a dinosaur. Well, it's coming towards us.
nice. Yeah. And I guess since we're on the topic of Yongari, my figure of the year is the Titanic Creations Yongari. I would go as far as to say that thing is just straight up one of the best kaiju figures ever made.
It's very well done,
really?
yeah.
The sculpt is fantastic. The articulation is amazing. The paint is absolutely beautiful. And the accessory count speaks for itself. $100 for this is an absolute freaking steal. You get the figure and you get basically everything you could ask for and then some. Just, oh my god.
Yeah, I would say like the only, and this is me nitpicking, the only gripe I have with it is just with some of the tooling in the neck makes the sculpt just a tad off. But besides that, it is a very well done figure. Like that's the only, I'd probably say the only issue I'd have with it, like tooling wise. And maybe I guess it might just be mine. I know mine's tail is a little loose, but it's not a deal breaker.
My tail is a little loose, same with the hands, but
my hands are fine, thankfully.
Yeah, but aside from that, it's like even then, a loose tail is not something I can't deal with. It's like it's absolutely amazing. I'm very much looking forward to when their Titanicus drops. Because come on, that thing looks amazing. So yeah. But I mean, tangentially related since Yongari was in the 90s and this is a year after, Megaguirus. Let's get this discussion show on the road. So, where do we all generally stand with Godzilla versus Megaguirus? I know, C, you have very different opinions on it than the rest of us.
Oh boy.
So,
I guess who wants to go first?
I guess I'll start first. For me, I'd say Godzilla vs. Megaguirus doesn't deserve the hate. I think it's a fine movie. Not one of the best of the Millennium series, but it's still pretty fun.
Cool. I guess I'll go next because I actually rewatched the film last night. And I would say my overall thoughts on it, I think it's a pretty all right film. I think there are a few things that hold it back from being like either really good or even great. A lot of stuff that I guess we can talk more about later on, but like could have done better. There's a lot of stuff that I think monster movies in general, I think like there's a lot of important stuff to get them right that I think this film lacks in. But there's also a few good things that I do really like about the film that I think it does well. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. But I think it's all right. I like it.
Kaiju of the Kuru, how about you?
This film is the definition. If you were to look up the term mid in the dictionary, this film would be the first example that shows up.
Nah, that'd be
everything about it is either done like in the most milquetoast fashion or was done better in other films. And it also doesn't help this film's case that it suffers from probably the worst case of middle child syndrome in the entire Godzilla series. But Megaguirus is probably one of the better flying kaiju. Actually, I would just say is one of the better flying kaiju. And yeah, that's about. I don't know how much I'm gonna have to say with this film, which is kind of my biggest thing with this, is that there is not much meat on this film's bones.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're here regardless. I just figured I'd cover all my bases if I'm doing the entire Millennium era. So,
yeah.
Zim?
Yeah, my sentiment is gonna mirror that of Kuru's. The film is okay. And I think that because the film is okay, it is sandwiched between what some will consider the best Millennium film and, in the case of GMK, and then a film that is not considered the best by some, but arguably considered one of the best, like, American re-edits of a film in the case of Godzilla 2000, because there is some noticeable edits that do affect the pacing for 2000, the American version versus the Japanese version. And then you have Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, another film that's considered really, really well done. Tokyo SOS kind of falls in the same boat as Megaguirus. It's not as beloved, but I would say it has more meat on its bones than Megaguirus does. And then Final Wars being the amazing goober spectacle that it is. You just have Megaguirus that is okay. It feels like a film that belongs in the Heisei era. And I don't say that as a bad thing. I just say it as it is a versus film. It is a versus film that doesn't do too much. And since it doesn't have a memorable kaiju, not to say Megaguirus is bad, but more that it is not a returning fan favorite. It doesn't have what the Zoomers say, the sauce to carry it. And while there are some fun action pieces, it overall leads to a rather disappointing experience for many. But I think because it's disappointing, people tend to miss some of the better qualities.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the best for last, Sea Monster.
Go for it.
All right. It's obviously we would probably all be on the same page that Godzilla vs. Megaguirus is the weakest entry in the Millennium era. I will go as far as to say that it is one of the worst Godzilla movies like ever. Or at least like maybe at least like in the lower 10, if nothing else. If you have to like put a gun to my head and pretty much say where would you put this, I would say maybe not quite in the bottom 5, but definitely bottom 10. The film, from whatever thematics that the film was trying to go for, it is either confused or downright contradictory. The characters are absolutely just so poorly done. Essentially, like the protagonist is. Needless to say, there's a reason why Godzilla against Mechagodzilla is often cited as what the writers were hoping to achieve and actually were successful at, whereas this film drops the ball in just about every way. Godzilla is essentially the only character in the film. If we want to go consider kaiju as characters, which we do, Godzilla is like the only character in the film. Well, him and Megaguirus even, although Megaguirus kind of seemed like an afterthought, it's almost like the main conflict of the film has nothing to do with Megaguirus is like barely much of a part of it, even though she was a side effect, which the characters don't even recognize that she was like a side effect of their dimension tide thing, which, by the way, a satellite that shoots black holes in the Earth. I mean, do I even have to explain like how absolutely insane it would be, even in a world where the oxygen destroyer was never invented or was ever used, like in an alternate timeline. That is absolutely ridiculous. And I say Godzilla and Megaguirus, the kaiju, are the only things in the film that are the only characters in the film that don't make me want to bang my head against a wall, because Megaguirus is just like a swarm creature that's just kind of doing what it does. And Godzilla is actually actually solves the Megaguirus problem. Yet the characters, the film still wants me to just sort of treat him like the thing that needs to be destroyed. But if anything, I'm pretty much rooting for him to survive, because, quite frankly, the characters are just so shit, including the protagonist, whose reason for going after Godzilla rings incredibly hollow because it's so undercooked. I kind of hate this film. I just rewatched it this morning. In case you can't tell, I'm hot and fresh off this thing, and goddamn.
Indeed.
Here, I
Damn.
thought it was garbage.
That is, we're gonna have, this is gonna be a fun discussion now that we have opposing positions. Anyways, I personally don't think the film is that bad. Like, I'm kind of with Zim and Kuru. I think it's okay. I find the kaiju action generally to be really well done. I find the kaiju themselves to be characterized pretty well, even if I do agree that Megaguirus isn't as memorable as Orga. Granted, partial bias because Orga is my favorite. Is my favorite kaiju in the Godzilla franchise. That isn't Godzilla himself. The humans are undercooked, very undercooked. I would go that far. The black hole stuff, like, it is a bit of a leap, even without the oxygen destroyer, and knowing that this is a more grounded-esque Heisei thing. And yeah, it's okay. It is. I don't think it's one of the best Godzilla films, nor would I consider it one of the worst. I would, like, it definitely does suffer from the middle child syndrome, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So,
boy.
yeah. I guess that's pretty much where we all stand. 05 has it as meh, which, yeah, no, that's kind of with the general sentiment. It's like, I think all of us are generally in agreement that this is in contention for the weakest of the Millennium era, at least. But yeah. So why don't we basically just get started with like the visuals and stuff like that before getting to the characters themselves and how they're handled? Because I think this does have a lot of positivity to talk about on a visual end.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the highlights of the movie. Some of the effects and stuff.
Yeah, most definitely. Outside of a few things that I will nitpick, if we're gonna start talking about visuals, though.
Go on.
Yeah, so like, there's a lot of cool stuff that I think the film does. A few things off the top of my head. I really like the opening like fight sequence, as well as like the flashbacks and stuff. I think those are really well done. I like how they blend like the real actors and the miniature work and the sets and things like that. I think it's really cool. And then same goes for like the shot with the main protagonist when she gets on Godzilla's like back and shoots the dart into him. The whole sequence is like very well done. I love it visually.
Yeah.
And then, but there are a few stylistic choices that I do not like, and it comes a little bit later in the last fight. Like some of the frame rate stuff, I think sometimes it is well done, but most of the time it's a little bit jarring. Like I can compare it somewhat to some of the moments from like Raids Again, you know, but a little bit of the opposite problem, where it's like too jittery and slow, you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's done well.
Yeah, I would say some of like the effects shots of what they were trying to go for, like the protagonist being on Godzilla's back and her just being superimposed on him. Like, there's definitely like ambitious attempts, you know, with some of the effects going on to integrate humans into like miniature sets or anything like that. But I would just say like the film was just it kind of seemed like the reach exceeded their grasp in a lot of ways, where it still just doesn't really. It's like we're not ready yet, and it doesn't help that this movie, you know, much like all the Millennium films, like it had to be like put out like a year after Godzilla 2000. Like maybe the visuals need more time to cook. Really.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
I actually will disagree. I would say, like, primarily in just the case of the CGI, there is definitely a lot to be desired, and that was something that they were dealing with throughout the entire Millennium series. But I would say when it comes
they just want to be 98 so bad,
and 98 still has bad visuals. Oof. I guess they followed the homework pretty well then.
Jesus.
Right.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, the CGI is definitely a bit iffy, but you could tell like it's a bit of a step up from the CG shots from 2000, and you do see like in later movies they improved on it, that aspect.
It's slightly better.
They just I don't really see much worth in talking about the CGI for this part, as for this chunk of Godzilla's history, as they just didn't have access to good CGI yet. So
I
it's
think-
like,
I think
Hey,
it's
fair
really
enough.
important though, because
yeah, it's important to mention, but I generally don't like hold that with too much weight outside of, relevance and context purposes.
I think relevance and context is important too, but I think definitely relevance overall, especially with what Yamazaki's doing with Godzilla now, because
Yeah.
the main reason why he never did a Godzilla film earlier was because of the fact that we see what the visual effects were at the time. He felt it couldn't be done properly, and then he waited as long as he did until he felt that Japanese VFX in the CGI department was ready to tackle something like -1, and we have the results. And I feel that some of the shots in Megaguirus are more ambitious than other CGI shots we've seen in other Godzilla films, and as a result, it shows that there was definitely like an ability to create something good there. It's just a matter of technology as well as the nature of how Japanese productions are done.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it kind of reminds me of how like James Cameron essentially waited like for years before he started making Avatar. Going back on that,
I'm good. Yeah, I really like Megaguirus as a kaiju. I think it's cool how she's quicker and just outright an asshole. We'll get to the characterization stuff, but
oh yeah, we'll
no,
get
I
to
think-
the
I think the practical stuff is really well done. The stuff with like Tokyo being flooded, I think that is really good. I think a lot of the visuals, especially with Megaguirus herself and the swarm. I mean, the Mega Nulon attack is just. I love that. I absolutely love the Mega Nulon attack.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the two people who get gobbled up by the Meganulon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then,
That's
Actually,
actually
and then later
Minecraft.
when
I was
the-
gonna say I have the film actually up if we want to go to specific shots.
Yeah. Let me just add a stage.
But we have to like be careful, otherwise we'll suffer the wrath that Brendan Tennant has to go through on a daily basis.
No,
yeah.
Let's see. I'm just trying to see if I can get it bigger, which I think I can't unless I want to pull it up on my entire screen, which I don't want to. So this is probably the best we'll get. But like just looking at the visuals we do have, like this, I love this shot right here of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Like some of the low angles you get in this movie are absolutely amazing.
Good old
Yeah.
Godzilla
Mhm.
ate his daily train nutrition.
Or the fact
The-
that like this shot here is the original 54, but they I forget like what technique they used to do it, but they put the Miragoji suit in these shots in order to get this
I
visual.
believe the Megaguirus suit is actually somewhat different to
Yeah,
the
no,
Mi-
they
So-
changed the design a little bit. I think the snout
Yeah.
is
I think it's a
shorter
bit more green or something like that.
the
yeah,
green,
primarily
like, the green is a little brighter. I will say that the look from this with the Giragoji suit over the 54 film is certain it's certainly interesting. I thought it was very oh god, I'm losing my words here.
It's pretty
So-
cool.
Yeah, it was a very interesting concept. I haven't really seen that done since, and it's a very,
I mean, the
very
closest
recognizable aesthetic that they use for this. So
the closest I would say we do get to something like this is when Kiryu goes berserk in against Mechagodzilla, which we will get to.
and you know,
in
they
due
use
time.
like its own like edited shots of that suit as a
Yeah.
Visually, this film does have its perks. I think this scene, the Mega Nulon swarm, the one Mega Nulon larva attacking the couple, and then the Kiriko, the protagonist, climbing onto Godzilla's back those are like the four major impressive sequences here.
It's all your fault, kid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all this little kid's fault.
It's all his fault. Damn you.
Why didn't Megaguirus eat him?
Yeah.
Because it's not an 80s movie.
Let me just
The mini Meganula give me lots of aggregate destroy vibes. I would actually compare them more to Legion. if anything.
Yeah, they're
I
definitely
can't
more
wait for us to
Legion-esque.
I can't wait for us to get to some of the storytelling that this film tries to do to try to.
We'll get to that. I just want to get the
that when
visuals.
we get to that scene.
I want to get the visuals out of the way because I think that's one of the biggest positives that all of us can agree on. Like just the sequence when she's on Godzilla's back. I think that is one of the standout just moments in the entire Millennium era.
Mm-hmm.
It,
like the combination, like the practical bits here on his skin, like this is such a cool effect right here.
Yeah.
And I think that like we don't really get to see Godzilla up close like this. I'd say not really until King of the Monsters, where we have the shot of Serizawa putting his hand on Godzilla.
Yeah.
And a physical prop to interact with like this.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It
1998 did it.
Yeah,
Well,
we
this
don't
was-
count that, do we?
This was after 98.
Yeah.
Imagine if this happens, like if Shikishima touches Godzilla in a similar way in -0.
Mhm.
I'd be very curious to see why he would, but
The thing I'm wondering is how didn't she die of like uber cancer with how radioactive he is?
Exactly.
How did okay?
That is an
I
appeal
think-
to reality fallacy.
well, no,
actually,
I wouldn't actually say that's an appeal to reality fallacy. The thing with Godzilla, like past the original, is that the idea that Godzilla passively emits radiation kind of comes and goes with his character. Like even in 2000, they state that Godzilla's radiation like damaged the pictures that the female character was trying to take when she was right in front of him. So Godzilla may emit radiation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's always emitting cancerous levels of radiation every time he walks somewhere, like in 54.
Yeah, because like there's a different amount between damaging a picture and giving someone uber cancer.
But here's the thing, here's the thing: Godzilla like emitting heat, which could be considered radiation, is part of like how they're able to track him in this movie.
It doesn't have to be enough. It doesn't have to be enough then for it to still give zone cancer. It just has to be that he's
so it's not
emitting
in
enough that they can
No,
track
well,
him.
I think it's the reason they found him here anyway is because he was fighting like the one Megaluna
Yeah.
Mulan.
thing.
Yeah.
But also, I
So-
think it has to do in part with her suiting up, because she does she puts on the mask and stuff,
Yeah.
and like I think like they were trying to allude to how because that kind of stuff can protect you from radiation.
Yeah,
So
but I
it's
think
more
that was the
lethal
case. That
to-
was more to do with like if she was underwater rather than like
But I
because it's
think
like
it helps.
it's not a more of a
Definitely
flotation device. It helps, but like not to the same degree as like a full rad suit. I'm trying to find that shot because I do believe it is because they find him because he's firing a beam, and that's what.
Yeah,
it
because he was firing at the Meganula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a shot.
Bro
yeah,
had to
it's
go
right here.
Yeah, right
burn
there.
mode for a Meganula.
Yeah, right
That's
there.
weak.
So he was firing a beam at the Meganula. That's how they know he's surfaced. And also, the heat doesn't need to be radiation. That can literally just be natural
Oh
body
my
heat.
god! Just a sec.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, that's this shot right here. That's a cool shot too, as well.
I also wouldn't doubt that those suits are kind of like built for that too, like the
Uh,
radiation stuff. I mean, they're the G graspers, guys. Come on.
It's still a stupid name, by the way. I just want to point it out. Like it's
that?
There, protection.
Like you would look so cool in that suit.
Yeah, but like, so I'm not sure why I did that. So you have that's this is me just being a costume guy. Like, there's a lot of spots where it's not completely vacuum sealed or just sealed in general from like radiation. Is it getting protection? Yeah, but like not as much.
Yeah, but even then, it's like it's still protection. It's something.
Mm.
Is it perfect? No, but she took the measurements against Godzilla. So even if you wanted to argue the protection, the radiation thing, there was still something there. Plus, this is a bit more of an advanced society, so like suspension of disbelief. Can
Advanced society.
They have
Bro,
a
this
black
is
hole.
just-
They have a
This is
black
King of the
hole
Monsters,
satellite.
bro. Advanced technology, bro. It's just like King of the Monsters.
Fuck you. This we have like this is a society that has created a black hole gun and has adapted to the existence of a giant monster.
We do
As
live in
well
a
as like
society-
advanced like plasma technology is another form of energy. So
That too. Godzilla 2000 Megaguirus' atomic breath being orange is really damn cool, and I'm tired of being silent on that. Yeah, no, I want more of that.
Oh, I've always loved that. Yeah.
I
always
think
like it too.
if it's the color, it contrasts better with the green and the pink or like purpley spines.
Absolutely.
But like,
complementary color.
yeah, it's like weird too when you see like in the short with Godzilla 2000 having the blue beam, which I've seen before because in the Pachinko games, Godzilla's beam is blue, even though it's using the 2000/Giragoji design. Like it's interesting, but it just doesn't fit as well.
The comics do that too. Like in Godzilla and Hell 3, we see like his 2000 design using a blue beam as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah. So do we want to start talking about the black hole gun?
The black hole
It's a
gun!
freaking black hole gun. It's awesome as it is like impractical.
It is the most ubermensch bullshit in a Godzilla movie, and I kind of love it.
I go as far to say this is the most like Showa throwback we got with like Millennium, since like you would probably
Yeah.
see this in the Showa era. And so,
I absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
I approach just like let me just put it this way, like
The black
this
hole
thing,
broke his brain.
yeah, a black hole. We are talking about a black, like even a small black hole is enough to like just destroy a planet. Like you don't just like okay, you do not just fire a black hole. Like if you just spawn one, like just spawning one over the Earth's orbit, you're done. You've destroyed the planet more than the Oxygen Destroyer ever could.
I mean, if Gardevoir is able to do that without planetary destruction, then so
Okay,
could
but the difference between
That's-
this is not Pokemon.
Not the same franchise. You can't just.
Pokemon is Pokemon
This
is
is-
fantasy by
that is-
nature.
This is such whataboutism.
I'm just saying.
The implication of Japan being so tired of Godzilla's shit that they literally build a gun that shoots
He's
black holes.
sea
just to get rid of
monster.
his
Nico's
peak
pulling your leg. Like
No, I get
I'm gonna-
that.
Well, I'm gonna
This-
pull his balls. So
This really is.
So
Like-
I would say, like, in this case, if we are hypothetically, is there any form of writing or world building that can generally, to your satisfaction, justify the existence of a black hole gun?
Don't call. I would just say don't even call this a black hole gun if you're gonna do it for a Godzilla story. Like a black hole gun, it has to be very. It has to be a very ultra specific sci-fi setting, like really like so far ahead in the future that you would have where they can just be able to properly account for creating a black hole gun if they were to try to do one.
Okay, so wait
not-
before you continue. So you said they have to properly account for the logistics of the black hole gun. That's what you're saying as one
They have-
as one thing, and then the others has to be in the future.
It would have to be set so far in the future that if they had to resort to using this would have to be a weapon that they use like as a last resort, essentially, and they would have to like have the planet like just sort of. You would have to like essentially just say, all right, guys, all right, humanity, we need to just get off this planet because you're probably never going to see this world again because we have to take Godzilla out with this.
I can imagine the Jetsons using this.
Either that, or this would just have to be an OP weapon made by like an alien race or something. But like not in this setting, not in a world where that's like still relatively kind of more resembling like present day circa 2000, obviously, but with just some tweaks of like some sci-fi elements like the Griffin, what have you. That's like a bit more high tech than what we would actually see in real life. But this is just way too far of like a leap. I will just put it that way.
It's a
So
five.
the plasma is.
So wait. So you're saying it's far too much of a leap because the world in which this device inhabits feels too grounded in reality, and as a result, the dimension tide feels out of place. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
For me, it's just kind of that I feel similarly. That said, I honestly am charmed by it because of the absurdity.
Just don't call it a black hole gun.
Or better yet, just don't have it just, exactly. Don't even call what this thing is shooting black holes. Like, don't even do it.
I agree with that.
Kind of do.
Sentiment.
It's like recently they've been kind of retconning this weapon's name to be the Dimension Tide, and it's like the idea that like maybe
Wait, what do you mean by the retconning to be the Dimension Tide? Because that's what it was always called.
It's what it's always been called.
Never mind, I'm stupid then.
I was like, wait, what?
Because
I just called it the black hole gun because come on,
the guy explicitly writes DT.
Yeah, can you pull up the Wikizilla article if you have?
Yeah,
because I could have sworn that maybe I don't know where okay, because my reason was gonna be that they were maybe trying to retcon and stuff that this was a different weapon than what it was in the film proper, but I guess my memories are getting jumbled up.
No, because what other weapon could possibly produce a cosmic anomaly as not just a black hole, but it leads behind a wormhole. I
would have just said that if you
to make new to appear.
The Dimension Tide, just take that name literally. This is literally a weapon that tears open a hole to a portal to another dimension, and their plan is to use it to trap Godzilla and just essentially literally sweep him under the rug and banish him to Arby's.
Yeah, even the prospect of it, even if this thing was shooting wormholes instead of black holes, there could be potential. There could be potential cosmic implications that.
A wormhole would have the same issue as a black hole because both of them necessarily require an enormous amount of energy to output. Because if it's a wormhole, you're essentially either breaking space and/or time in order to get from A to B.
No, I get that. I know that they both would have to produce, we'd still be running into the same, issue in terms of, being able to produce that kind of energy. What I'm saying is, wormhole doesn't really have the same implication of we've just fucked up the planet just to essentially kill Godzilla as a black hole would.
Well, I think the only reason why you say that is because when we think of wormholes, in sci-fi, they're usually attributed as being far more stable than the idea of a black hole. Whereas a black hole, it's always assumed that whatever is near a black hole is going to be sucked in because we understand that it traps everything, including light, which they state in the film. Whereas with a wormhole, we assume it is just a stable portal that is able to be generated on its own or with the help of some form of technology, and nothing bad ever comes over from one side or the other. The only things that do happen to cross over are active things themselves moving from point A to point B. Because in most cases, wormholes almost work as a barrier that only a moving object can go across of its own volition.
Yeah, the TRX gamers is I think a weapon that breaks the rules of space and time to trap something in a dimension is far more out there than the black hole can. I'd say it's a matter of preference. I get Sea Monster's reason for disliking the black hole gun, because I will say it is very jarring compared to the rest of this more grounded sci-fi world that Megaguirus is in. I just, when watching the film, ran with it as it was what the film was establishing, and I didn't find anything in the film that broke the rules it established for how the black hole gun works. I could be wrong. It has been a minute since I've seen versus Megaguirus, but I don't remember anything.
I didn't really see anything myself on my latest rewatch last week.
I didn't notice that either.
Let me put it this. I'll pretty much say this much: it's not the issues with Dimension Tide, the black hole gun, as we have been calling it so far, doesn't just extend beyond whether or not anyone would be able to build this thing, or just it's pretty much considering that our knowledge about black holes, kind of in terms of what they're essentially was before even this movie was made. like if that sort of research, scientific research on black holes like still exists in this universe, which we would have to assume is the case, like the concept of a black hole gun wouldn't have made it past the drawing board because the scientists who run the G-Graspers organization, they would have been laughed out of the room because because it's a black hole gun sounds like something that a 5-year-old would come up with as a solution without thinking about the implications at all of what that means.
Well, wouldn't the same thing be said of the atomic bomb too? Like the idea of splitting atoms in order to create
Or the
a
oxygen
bomb.
destroyer.
Yeah, or the oxygen destroyer. Like I would say, like the idea. I think the problem with Dimension Tide in terms of like conveying it to the audience is that the world is rather mundane, while Dimension Tide as a concept, the implications of it are so far reaching that society as a whole would have to be irreparably damaged in order for Dimension Tide to feel like it has a place in this world. And like I said, the same could be said for atomic bombs, but at least in the case of atomic bombs, the implications of an atomic bomb are far more mundane than the implications of using a black hole as a weapon. I understand the reasoning that C is giving, but I would say, like, in the case, hypothetically, that for one reason or another, that they are able to somehow create artificial black holes, and in this world, they've already figured out, like, the general implications of what the weapon's going to do theoretically. I'd say it's fine. I think the problem is that, at least from a writing standpoint, we have, like, their tests here, which is essentially them just seeing if the gun works overall. And given the stakes, if it fails, it does feel rather outrageous. So I think from a writing standpoint, had they just gone into more pseudoscience to explain how the Dimension Tide works to ground it more, then I would say, like, them doing a test here doesn't feel as drastic and world-breaking as I think for some it feels.
Yeah, well, I want to point out, like, in this scene that this shot is kind of showing, they wouldn't have this test, like, going on, like, within, like, the same general neighborhood as, like, the kid who ends up finding the Megaguirus egg. Because Megaguirus egg, because otherwise, if they put, like, and then you realize, oh, wait, because if they actually did put this in a more top secret area that's kind of like more far away from civilization, then we wouldn't have the Megaguirus wouldn't be able to make it into the film because the kid wouldn't be able to find the egg.
Well, no, Megaguirus would still appear in the film because if
the events wouldn't play out the same as they do in this film.
They probably would have played out exactly the same. If anything, more than likely, it could be said that Megaguirus or the Meganulon would have been able to spread easier because they would have, like, essentially just a barren area to sort of hunt and find whatever it is they're looking for in.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, within the timeline of this film, like, it would take, like, the G-Graspers or for the public to be longer to be aware of, like, the situation than they do in this film.
Then I guess I don't really understand the criticism then that you're giving here.
What I'm saying here is, like, they would, like, the fact that that a kid is able to, like, get into where this it's like a kid is able to sneak into this top secret testing.
Just to make sure I'm understanding, Sea Monster, your issue here is how on earth does a child get into, like, where they are testing a hyper experimental military weapon?
Yeah, exactly. And why isn't this hyper? Why isn't this, like, hype? What was that word you said?
I just said very experimental and obviously very dangerous military weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And why isn't this thing set up in a more isolated area where someone like a kid like him, like the kid in this film, wouldn't be like? So, like, why wouldn't this thing be put somewhere in a more isolated area where people wouldn't like, let alone a kid wouldn't be able to accidentally stumble upon it?
Because plot, Sea Monster.
It's still, yeah, but that's not good though.
Yeah. Also, nerd. Hi.
Nerd.
Yeah. I mean, I get that criticism. I think that
I
does
think the
have.
film could have, like, it doesn't bother me per se. Just I don't know. I don't know what you would say, a bigger suspension of disbelief than many, but
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get that. Like, if it doesn't, if it doesn't bother you, then it doesn't bother you. But
It
it's
really-
the problem. The
no,
problem
just,
is
like, I'm
still
acknowledging that it's
present.
there, but I also just covering all the bases. Like, I acknowledge that what I was gonna say is that I could understand why that nags at someone. Like, yeah, it is true the kid is able to get in there, and it is just odd when you know what they are experimenting on. You would think that it would be more private and secure. I'm understand the criticism, even though it's nothing that I feel bothers me too much. And thinking about this movie,
I think it's generally like it's something that you actually just see across the franchise as a whole, where like characters who don't really have the necessary skills to infiltrate or get near these facilities are able to get near them. Because you see it in Ebra Horror of the Deep, you see it in Invasion of Astro Monster, you see it in Godzilla 2000 to a degree, and then you see it here in Godzilla versus Megaguirus. Those are just a few off the top of my head I can think of.
I wouldn't even just limit it. I wouldn't even just limit it.
GVK as well as another one.
That one.
Yeah. I wouldn't just limit it to like Godzilla movies, but like the kaiju genre has this running thing over and over again. Younguri is one of the first examples that come to mind, where the kid is right next to the oil field whilst Younguri is sleeping.
Well, what I can pretty much say is, like, even if this is a common thing that comes
a little bit more.
I think even like with this, even if this is something that's like a common thing that comes up in the kaiju genre, like it pretty much solely depends on like whether or not, like, how does like the film like justify that actually being allowed to happen without it,
and
just
the film
without asking questions.
You say does not give the time to justify how this stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, like, I think I remember correctly, Monster X Strikes Back made a joke out of this, where like a random kid just shows up and they immediately booted him out of the headquarters.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do.
That would be actually a really funny, like, April Fool's discussion talking about that movie.
Honestly,
I need to do a watch party. Honestly,
I want to do watch parties of both of the Gulala movies.
Also, the name. I'm sorry, Gulala is such a stupid name to me. Just Gulala.
Yeah, he's a goofy little goober.
He's such a goober.
I love him.
I honestly, when I look at Gilala, I feel like that's what I'd imagine Gigan kind of looking before his enhancements.
Yeah,
he just screams organic Gigan to me, and I love him.
Yeah, I love him.
It's interesting that you say that when everyone always kind of headcanons that is Gappa.
Well, the thing, like, I think that's true, and mostly due to Wikizilla when they did that Polygon, like the novel prequel video, and they used clips of Gappa, and I think how he's described, at least in the Polygon novels as well, he appears to be closer to Gappa in appearance. But before I forget, there's an easy writing fix that you can do that, like, still suspension of disbelief to some degree, but it makes more sense for the kid to be in the area. Just make him more relevant to the plot, like make one of his parents a scientist, so that he has a reason to actually be there.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you gotta put in more work than just the kids just discovering this testing site like through happenstance. And that's
what's
how
funny too is that like it's just his mom, and we don't really see his dad. If his dad was like one of the people working there, it would give him a reason to actually kind of be there and have the quote unquote clearance to be walking around.
Yeah. SMH, you should have said organic.
Oh yeah, I wanted to mention, like, how do you feel about its inclusion in Half Century War? Like, it was included in that last issue.
It is. But it's like
really.
that is the like end cap of quite literally a half-century war with Godzilla. So it feels more natural, I guess, maybe to some, because they have exhausted every like available resource that they can. And since there is nothing explicitly said in both the film or Half Century War that contradicts the the mechanics of the Dimension Tide as a weapon, that would make it like not function how they say it functions. I'd say it works better in Half Century War because of the build up to it, rather than at least in this film for some people. Because I know a lot of people really like the ending of Half Century War.
Yeah, I love Half Century War. It's such a goated comic series.
Need to read it.
Mhm.
But see, that's I guess we kind of discussed the black hole gun as much as we can.
Yeah, let's get to the story itself, since now we were talking about like a lot of the story and
Do
character.
you think we'll be able to touch on like designs for Megaguirus?
I want to do the kaiju and designs last. I want to save that for last.
No Megaguirus.
Let's save Megaguirus for last, okay?
But Megaguirus.
Okay, but Megaguirus is so cursed.
It's hilarious. I love it.
There's
Honestly, if they designed her to actually have legs and appeared more like an ultra kaiju, I think she'd be a more goated design.
I like Megaguirus.
I like her for what she is, but I feel like with
But
the
what is
insect
she?
kaiju, she does feel like middle child syndrome. Like I'd say, obviously you have goated Mothra. I think Batra still stands above Megaguirus in terms of design. Kamacuras, I think, even like I'd say visually Megaguirus has more going on, but Kamacuras feels like a more put together design. Even Kumonga does than Megaguirus.
I disagree with Kamacuras and Kumonga.
I want to hear the reasoning.
Because Megaguirus at least has more going on design-wise, and at least is more of a modified take on a dragonfly rather than literally just a giant spider.
Yeah, but then like
Spider.
If I am to steel man Zim's argument, well, for one, most spiders don't shoot web and have a stinger out of the same hole.
Yeah, like I'd say like the thing with Megaguirus is that like you already have the modified, more like vertebrate looking head here, which leads into the arms, which are fine, and then you just have what is a general like dragonfly-esque form. If you had something closer, so let me just pull up like an insect ultra kaiju.
And let's leave it at this for now as like a teaser for the design discussion.
Yeah, like if you had something like this for Megaguirus, not only would she just stand out from the other insect kaiju, like I think that you could actually have like more dynamic fight scenes with her as a result.
I'm taking notes on this, considering Megaguirus is going to be relevant for my take. Like very
I also
relevant.
wanted to say like maybe you could have like some of the Mega Nulot kind of look like this, maybe as like her vanguard, as it were. But I think they'd probably stand out.
I've got some ideas for how you could. If I don't, but I have some ideas for this.
I
But
think
if I
'cause-
don't stop myself now, I'm gonna keep rambling about designs.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's do the story first. Story and like human characters, and then I'll save the kaiju for last.
Yeah, you can take my screen off Minecraft because we'll pull up designs later.
Yeah. Just a real quick question. So all right. So the energy that they use for Dimension Tide, like the energy that it actually runs on, like. Maybe I'm misremembering it or something. But did they say like it was running on plasma?
Not that I remember.
I don't think it specifically says what energy is used.
Black hole energy.
Well,
minus energy.
It's this new energy called plottergy.
No,
Unobtainium.
okay.
But, yeah. So I think story and characters. Where should we start with that?
Where else but the protagonist?
Yeah. Okay. Akane did it better.
Yes.
Not really. I've had this discussion with Joey. Is that Akane and Kiriko are doing two very different things. Kiriko is more like Yuki from Versus Space Godzilla.
Ah.
Except she doesn't. Except unlike Yuki, she doesn't like realize that Godzilla isn't entirely the problem.
Correct, because that's not her arc. Her arc in this is, if I'm remembering, being a kinder and more empathetic person, and generally getting, I don't want to say it like this, but being able to move past her grudge against Godzilla and not like accept that he's not the problem that he once was. But the idea behind the arc is that in doing this, she finds the resolve needed to get out of the climax alive. That was, I think that's the idea behind her arc. Do I think they succeeded with it? Not really.
That's actually interesting. Like how you were trying to, sort of like figure out try to explain like what her arc was, because like if I were to ask you, okay, so what was Akane's arc then?
Her arc is to forgive herself, as she blames herself immensely for the death of her squad members and against Mechagodzilla.
See, right there.
She does not hold but here's the difference between her and Kiriko. Akane does not hold a grudge against Godzilla.
No. My point to that is like Akane's like arc is actually much more clearly defined in Godzilla against Mechagodzilla than the protagonist in versus Megaguirus. Like the fact that you had to like think about like what the protagonist in versus Megaguirus' arc is supposed to be is kind of a testament to how
my response to that sea monster would be that again it has been some time, and I am trying to go from memories that are a little more than a year old.
Yeah, I didn't
have time to watch this film before before the debate. Sorry, not this debate stream. Before this discussion stream, life got very much in the way, and I actually am in the process of moving right now.
No, that's fair. Like what I pretty much would say is like, as somebody who has recently watched this film, and when I say rewatched it recently, and when I say recently, I mean like
morning.
Yeah, I watched it this morning. I could pretty much tell you like that the way you were trying to describe the protagonist's arc in versus Megaguirus was exactly how it was sort of executed. It's like we're not even. It's almost like the film's not even entirely sure what to do with her, other than she wants to kill Godzilla. Like it's very confused.
Well, I don't think it's confused. I would just say that generally none of these characters have necessarily an arc to them. They all are pretty flat characters, just serving the story as it goes, and most of the spectacle just comes from the nature of a black hole, Godzilla, new monster fight. Whereas with Akane, we do have a distinct character at the beginning who changes over the course of the story to become a different person. Because I'd say, like, overall, Kiriko is the same character from beginning to end, and so is Kudo as well.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I know you'll bring up another thing. Like, I know, like, even Rick brought this up in his Letterboxd review. Like, yeah, like most of the characters and stuff like feel like first drafts of what would eventually become like better executed and say like against Mechagodzilla, and you could definitely see that here.
Yeah.
See, I've never like after like having that discussion with Joey. It's like I don't agree with that notion. I think they were trying to go for different things. And what we got here is that, what's the name of the writer for this movie? Because I know it was the same.
Wataru Mimura.
Yeah, Mimura was going for different things here, and he said, all right, this didn't work, but I like the idea of a character's arc being central to something involving Godzilla's actions, so he did something different for against Mechagodzilla, and it worked more there, which could be in part due to him having the benefit of hindsight from versus Megaguirus and just more experience being a writer.
I still think that's the point that like Sea Monster is getting at, because again, it's the same like archetype of character but done better. And I think
the same archetype of character.
Something that I observed that I would say with this film is that, for me, these characters are like well established. Like you get the characters, they have their archetypes, but none of them have an arc. And I think what's detrimental to this film, especially, is you have so many characters who are established well, but you never really focus on their story. Because like you go between the main protagonist and her squad, and then you have the main science guy engineer that she recruits, and you have the other older scientists, and that's their squad, and then you have the government people, and then you have the kid that leaves halfway through the filming and don't know what's going on with him. And there's so many characters, and none of them really have an arc that's completed in like a satisfying way.
Yeah, it's like there's like the film has like so many characters that it could do something with, but it just doesn't do anything with any of them, and that's why Godzilla against Mechagodzilla really is a lot more focused in terms of like it doesn't have to deal. It pretty much like make sure to like actually focus on a set number of characters to actually like develop an arc with, like Akane, like the single dad and his daughter, what have you, as well as like even the whole stuff with like Kiryu. Like you don't have to worry like versus Megaguirus. Like I mean, I've mentioned that Megaguirus herself like just seemed like if you took her out of the movie, not much of the plot would really change in terms of them trying to stop Godzilla. In fact, if anything, it would pretty much make things like less muddy in terms of like the fact that Megaguirus was this thing that killed people, that flooded Tokyo, and yet there's no acknowledgement from the G-Graspers that except the G-Graspers never take accountability for that.
Yeah, like I would say, like writing wise, the fact that it's not really addressed that the G-Graspers are responsible for, because I don't think it's Tokyo, I think it's Shibuya that ends up getting flooded.
Yeah, no, it is Shibuya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's Shibuya.
Like
right,
I think that like
why
it
does
doesn't
Shibuya keep getting the short end of the stick?
a lot of things happen in Shibuya. Like Gamera 3 happens in Shibuya. This film has a lot of things happen in Shibuya.
Shadow the
Hedgehog. Yeah.
The most of Persona 5 Royal happens in Shibuya as well.
Shibuya.
There has to be some kind of like cultural reason as to why Shibuya.
If I remember correct, it's because Shibuya is the place in Japan where you go to spend a lot of money.
So it's like a lot of
It is basically the Times. It is not the Times Square. It is a
New
just
York, or kind of like
it is a really big spot where there are just a lot of shops. I know. So it's just generally a lot of people are there.
Yeah, it's like what happens with Shibuya, and just the whole deal with the Meganulon and Megaguirus. Like it's never brought to the attention that Dimension Tide, which was created by the G-Graspers, pretty much did that. So when they try to moral grandstand against the corporate guy for still running in a plasma, sort of plant secretly, drawing Godzilla to Japan, like it's like, I'm sorry, don't pretend like this is like you're entirely not at fault for what has happened, like in this film.
Sorry about that. My dog was being stupid. All right.
Well, I think it's like
What'd
it's
you call
also the fact that generally, I think they can still morally grandstand because had he not been I think because he was the one who was funding the G-Graspers in the first place, and he was running the plasma plant. I think that the only reason why he was funding the Graspers in the first place was because he wanted them to find some kind of solution in order to kill Godzilla. And if Godzilla is dead, then he doesn't have to worry about shutting down the plant. If the G-Graspers fail, he can essentially use them as patsies in that sense.
That's the thing. Like, why didn't he use like the fact that the Megaguirus like appeared because of Dimension Tide as a patsy?
Because had he used because he's the one funding it. So essentially, if he does make them take the fall, in the case like before the plasma reactor is discovered, then that would track back to any other dealings that he was doing. So
Well,
regardless,
here's
it
the
would
thing, even
screw
when
him
he-
over one way or another.
Here's the thing. Even when he's outed for the plant, like he pretty much easily still could have brought up Megaguirus, so that the whole thing with Megaguirus to at least, because like it really seemed like after Megaguirus is destroyed, it's as if it's as if she never even happened. Still, it's like no acknowledgement after that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well,
I
Godzilla
think
and
the
Megaguirus had the big old
the reason why is because we don't have the time to acknowledge that, because Godzilla is already is headed straight for the plant. He's barreling through Tokyo again. Need to get rid of him now.
Like I would say, like really honestly, writing wise, this would work much better as like a short story, and it has the elements of a short story where you have essentially rather flat characters who have defined personalities to them that work through a weird situation with like extremely outlandish circumstances surrounding them. Like if you cut out a lot of like the fat of this film and put it into like written form, I think it would just be way more effective.
Yeah,
Maybe
Oh, yeah,
to me, like that's kind of what I was saying with the general sentiment. This film, at least on the human front, to me feels really undercooked. The only real memorable character that I found was Coda. And that's
You mean Kubo?
Kubo, thank you. Kubo.
Kubo and the Two Strings.
I need to rewatch that movie. But because he was, like, I would argue he was just the most engaging to watch for me because of his eccentricity, even for as simple of a character as he is. I don't know, I just found him fun to watch. But, like, that was
Especially when
kind
he
of
made that
it. And even I can acknowledge he, alongside everyone else, really doesn't have much going on.
I really liked his little nurse AI.
Your movie, Pro Babe.
Your gooner is showing.
Patrick, your genius is showing. What? Where? On that note, do you think we can move on to Megaguirus now, or?
Yeah, no, I think we've said pretty much everything we need to about the characters and story.
Megaguirus.
Let's get to the thing everyone else was here for. Designs, giant monsters, and action, bitch.
And the monsters as
Megaguirus.
yeah. What about the monsters as characters as well?
That's what I want to continue
Oh
with.
five,
That's
don't be
what I was
horny
getting.
on Maine.
That's
Don't
what I
be
was
horny
getting
on
to.
Maine. Oh five,
Like,
jeez.
What's
Alongside the
saying?
designs, that's what I mean with like the
He
monsters.
says Kariko is smashable.
Kill him.
Who?
Kill this greasy bitch before he contaminates the water.
He says
Like the kid dumping a interdimensional dragonfly monster egg into the sewers.
0505. You've got 0 whiz. You are chopped. You are unk status.
Adding back to the 05 L's. Legaguirus!
Megaguirus, there he is.
Megaguirus.
There she
Okay,
is.
Now that I okay.
Why does
Still
this
looks
girl have abs?
This looks cursed as all hell to
I
me.
love it.
There are female bodybuilders too.
Why does Megaguirus look like a cross between a Ninja Turtle and Megaguirus?
Nico.
That
Oh
looks
my god,
so wrong.
I could totally see her being in the 90s Ninja Turtles movies.
I believe that.
Yeah, Godzilla. Yeah.
No, but like
Yeah,
that looks so
see?
fucking wrong. In every possible way.
Imagine if this is like Baxter Stockman.
I was trying to see if I could spot what
It's
shots they used this
Baxter
thing in.
Stockman.
I think it's like the shots where when she's like hitting Godzilla in the face and like kind of punching him.
Yeah, I figured.
Like
Yeah,
any shot where like Megaguirus' arms are being used, I think is them using this suit.
For this design,
High on
it's all right. I think people piss and moan about the vertebrate head on the like insect body way too much. This thing is an interdimensional dragonfly. Like it's not
Even
gonna.
though
also-
I
I'm just
bitching
like,
about
it's
it, I'm
also-
no,
I think-
Dragonfly's cool.
I think, like, I can forgive it, not just because of the interdimensional dragonfly thing, but also because it has explicitly taken Godzilla's DNA.
That's what I was about to
And we
say. Yeah.
Yeah, and we see what like the queen originally looked like. It had a more like natural head, but because
Do we have like a
because
look? Do you have a screenshot of that?
Yeah. right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that.
While you're pulling that up, can I just bring up like how,
Megaguirus? This is apparently like this is it's still in the Mega Nulon stage.
yeah.
So whatever
So even
Megaguirus
then,
like
even
whatever
then,
Megaguirus looks
because-
like, I think is just naturally this is what Megaguirus always looks like.
Can I just bring up
They're
for a
not
second?
taking the DNA from Godzilla; they're taking the energy that he has.
hey,
Yeah.
fair.
Can I bring up real quick that you had like this scientist who identifies the Meganulon and Meganula, but he pretty much totally failed to mention in that same scene. Oh, by the way, there might be a queen.
I think like I think Wikizilla mentioned this like in their profile, like in the Super Complete Works book, like they mentioned like there was like a fossil of Megaguirus somewhere in like China or something.
No, they say
Yeah,
it in the
the
movie.
film. It's in the film.
Yeah,
It's in the film. It's in the film. It's in the
okay.
film. That's why I say, like, why didn't he mention that part as well? Like, say, oh, by the way, there might be like a giant essentially Queen Bee version of these Meganulon. So maybe y'all should consider looking into that just in case.
By the way, G Grasper, I think there's gonna be a queen bitch coming here.
Oh, no, even better. It's like Meganulon and Meganula usually live in water. Well, Shibuya just flooded. What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like, what the fuck? Where did this come
And also,
from?
Sora's fighting some other guy in Shibuya.
And then Megaguirus is just like, and then you just got Godzilla out there, and I forget where, just being sworn. He's just like, they're in my skin.
Crawling in my skin.
Yeah. No, like I think after my most recent rewatch, I love Megaguirus a lot. Maybe design-wise, she doesn't have much going on, but character-wise, she's the standout of the show to me. Just
Yeah.
flat
I mean,
out.
for
She's
Christ's sake, she does a smile in that movie. How could you?
Yeah,
not
she
like
does.
it?
I
She
caught that. I was
smirks,
like, that
she
looks
toys
nice.
with Godzilla. She's just an asshole.
Yeah, she's just.
She is the
she's a
embodiment
bitch.
of. She is the embodiment of rage bait.
I
She's
love
doing
her.
that throughout the entire film.
He does
She's
the-
rage
he
baiting.
does
him.
the- I
I
like to call
absolutely
the Indo
love
rapper
her
smile.
character. Like this is just, yeah.
So you're saying that Megaguirus is 05?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, if Megaguirus is 05, does that mean 05 has no balls?
Yes.
Well, I'm not convinced that he doesn't, as it currently
That wasn't
stands.
part of the allegory, but I mean, that's up to your interpretation, I suppose.
mean-
I mean, Megaguirus is female, so you know that's all I'm saying.
That-
All I'm saying.
No!
that's not my intention. Sorry.
But like looking at these designs here, like this, looking right here, looks super Kamen Rider inspired.
Yeah. No, I can see
This one
that.
also looks very Kamen Rider inspired. This one almost reminds me of Gigan. This one kind of
No,
does
you know
too.
what that one reminds me of? The one in the top right makes me think of Nursilla.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
I could see it.
From
I was
Monster
gonna say
Hunter.
Transformers.
Bayformers before Bayformers. Legion
Yeah.
2, yeah.
Legion 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Now in stores.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
Like, that's for the.
$500.
Now
That's
I'm like
for,
looking at. I'm looking
for
at like,
Megaguirus herself,
Sorry,
right?
now I'm like,
Yeah, like
This one also kind of gives me Legion 5 specific because of the mandible bits here. Reminded me
yeah,
of
that
Legion.
one looks more like Legion. Top right looks more like Nursilla to me. I think I'm kind of what I think they could have done is and this goes into what I'm talking about, is that Megaguirus, this fight does something actually that I will give it props for, which is the only example of a grounded kaiju and a flying kaiju fighting, and to me it is actually engaging.
yeah.
I've made it pretty abundant. I don't know if I've made it clear, but I think Mothra is a really boring opponent for Godzilla. Because
Oh, boy.
most of the time her designs limit her actual capabilities, and it's due to the nature of having the fight the way it is. It is difficult to make the fights, I think, and
Dynamic?
choreograph them and in a dynamic and engaging way, as it really just evolves into a hit and run between the flying monster as the grounded one struggles to hit them. Whereas with this film, Megaguirus, they take advantage of her speed, where it makes approaching him insanely easy. And so, because of the fact that she actually has melee weapons in her stinger and in her like pincers, she can actually fight up close, unlike Mothra, where her method of fighting can just be reduced to flapping her wings really hard and poking him with his legs.
Well, I'd say, like, no, because like if honestly, I think that just comes down to like having better choreography, because Mothra has engaged Godzilla in melee before. I think it just comes down to how it plays.
Could you get me an example of? Because I'm not
Horror of the Deep.
If I may,
that is, I wouldn't. Zim, I'm inclined to not really count that, considering it is really just him hitting them. It's more of a brief scuffle than an actual proper fight.
That's what I'm saying, is that like you can even if it's not a proper fight, you can make it work. I think honestly, if you take Mothra across every single film she's been in where she fights Godzilla, combine that into a single for like choreography, I think you would just have more dynamic fights. But I think just due to the nature of the suits and the puppets, you're not always able to get everything just right. Like I think that with some of the later effects, like especially the Heisei one, if you try to do what they did in like the Showa series with that prop, it would break. Like I think like,
well, that's just because most
one of
props
them
in Heisei were like
one of
fragile.
Yeah,
I think not only were they fragile, I don't know about the Mothra, but the rest of the Heisei suits were huge.
They were like the Heisei suits were definitely huge, but I do know in the case of like the Mechagodzilla suit, I think the Mothra suit and like one other suit, they were all fairly like fragile, and then but they were also really expensive to make to begin with.
Yeah,
so that's
there's a reason why why Mecha King Ghidorah stood in one spot.
Well, Mecha King Ghidorah stood in one spot because he was heavy as shit. That's why.
Yeah, he was heavy. Well, I can imagine
that. Farming. No. Mecha King Ghidorah was aura farming. That's
yes.
Well, that too. Well, that's. Well, yeah, I mean, I can imagine like heavy, and I can only imagine like the material he's made out of was also pretty fragile.
And if I remember correctly, Mecha King Ghidorah's suit was heavy as all hell, and just straight up for that scene where he's flying into Godzilla, they got like everyone out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I found interesting, like side tangent, is that apparently Space Godzilla's suit weighed less than the Godzilla suit did. Apparently.
You want to know to
just
give an idea, to put into perspective just how big these suits are. There are some like production images of the Biollante final form prop where the head is so big it can fit a person in its mouth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen the behind the scenes.
I've shown them.
These suits
I know
were
I
gigantic.
brought them up in the server, but these the Heisei suits were giant compared to the ones in the Millennium era, and I think that's kind of Megaguirus. I think is the one example. Film itself, and Zim, you would be correct in that she, that is, if you were to composite all the different forms of Mothra in order to make a choreographed fight, I think you could make something more interesting than what is in versus Megaguirus, but I think versus Megaguirus is the first example I really feel of them making it work in the tokusatsu format, and I just think that comes down to kind of the inherent limited.
Disagree with that.
I just think it comes down to some of the inherent limits with tokusatsu as a medium.
Yeah.
And why I think the best format for kaiju to work with would be tokusatsu, and then using CGI when you have to.
I would have to disagree on the point of somewhat disagree, just because I think visually speaking, there's a lot of things that irks me about the final fight in Megaguirus. One of them being the way Megaguirus's wings. I like it when her wings are buzzing, and I think that should have been the main mode of transportation. just because I hate how she's just like floating there when she's buzzing her wings. I think that's the best. And I think that the two better and I think best examples of an aerial fight are actually the original Mothra versus Godzilla and then Tokyo SOS Mothra.
I
versus
really
Godzilla.
disagree. I'm gonna be honest. This might be me. Mothra versus Godzilla. That's just not a good fight.
No, I think those are better puppets and better animated in terms of puppeteered. Those are better examples
Okay,
of a
I will
flying
agree.
kaiju than
The Showa
Megaguirus.
Mothra suit is better puppeteered, but that's just due to Eiji Tsuburaya.
Being Eiji Tsuburaya.
Yeah, being
Yeah,
Eiji
but I
Tsuburaya.
agree that Megaguirus has a better arsenal and has some better moves and fight sets, but I think as visually the fights are better in the original Mothra vs. Godzilla and
Stop!
Tokyo SOS.
Whoever's
Those are the best aerial fights.
I need that. I need that as a
Make that
gift.
a gift.
I need that. I need that as a
I
gift. Just the
can't-
2 images of Megaguirus flapping.
I can't keep a straight face.
Look at her go!
She's dancing.
One punch.
Anyways,
And
I was
ironically,
gonna
better
mention-
animated than most Megaguirus shots in this film.
Oh, damn.
Bro.
We have come for your nectar.
No.
Get
fuck off.
the fuck out of my house! Anyways,
Yeah.
I was gonna mention like it's also important to factor with like Megaguirus's wings. Like originally there was gonna be like 6 wings, like a dragonfly.
Yeah, let me pull up that concept real
Well,
quick. Right here.
Since while you're pulling that up, I'm gonna mention this because there is some stuff in Godzilla's power set in this film that I really like, and that is 2 things: the prehensile tail, and the fact that his dorsal plates in this iteration actually serve as real weapons.
Oh yeah, because
Godzilla 98 did it
dorsal plate
first.
cuts it.
Shut up, Vic.
Actually, did he? In
I
the
don't
movie?
even think
No,
he
doesn't.
did.
Yeah,
Oh no, he
did.
does. He does. Yeah, for the sub. But I think that's not even intentional.
No,
No,
no. It is intentional.
And what?
I'll fight
there-
use him. I'll
where?
fight use him.
I will
He's
literally
going straight
put,
for the submarine. He
Vic.
literally-
Vic, I will lift you up and I will put you on the top of a fridge and leave you there.
Now I'm just imagining like Zogura.
Oh, there's a
Super
smile. There's a smile.
The smirk.
Now I'm just
Yeah,
imagining
there it
Zogura like pulling Pocho up by like the scruff of his neck like a wet cat.
I mean, hold on. Size-wise,
Oh my god! I'm getting a screenshot of that. I'm just saying.
emoji.
Get me that screenshot now.
Oh,
Needs to be an emoji.
oh yeah!
Yep.
No, but look at the one on the right.
New Wojax question mark?
Yeah. No.
Sea Monster, after seeing Vrog.
Oh my god. It's
New
beautiful.
Wojax, guys. We got some new Wojax.
Yes!
Yo.
No way, what am I saying? The best Wojak is Megaguirus smiling.
This is close. This is second, though. This is easily second best.
Stop, Zim. Is that you doing this? Damn,
How are you doing it?
we are. Why do I have a human of? Stop. Why do we have the collective IQ of a 2-year-old?
Because we're all autistic.
We're all autistic, okay?
It's hard to like.
Welcome to the Zimcast Cinematic Universe, everybody.
It is beautiful.
Welcome to the Minecraft stream where the best brain cells die.
No, actually, Sea Monster Live is where.
there it is.
Yeah, right there.
This is what I was talking about, where the dorsal plates serve as actual weapons. because like it just makes sense, especially given how jagged these dorsal plates are compared to the others, that they actually did this.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean,
holy shit, sea monster, your audio demon just
what just happened?
Ow.
What?
That's
I was clear. I
that's
just
not
cleared my
me.
throat.
I think
I'm
that
not
was the
the one-
audio on your end because I
I'm
heard
not
him
the one
cough.
sharing the screen, Rooney. Zim
Yeah,
is.
that's Zim. Zim's
Ooh.
got all the tabs open.
Ah.
Let's see what
Sorry,
his
I don't
secret
know what
tabs
that
are.
was, but it's like sometimes when Sea Monster speaks, it's like it tops out his mic on my end, and ow.
I
Is
think
that like a personal attack or something?
Sea Monster AMSR wins.
Hey, you said it, not me.
See, the moment you said that, I just imagined like Monster vs. Godzilla in a suit just saying that. Like, was that a personal attack or something?
No, it's like but it's like that. It's like the scene after the rebirth sequence after he does the atomic breath when he turns to look at Mark.
I love that.
Yeah, I do agree with Kuro here. I love Godzilla using his plates as well as like other parts of his body besides like his teeth and his claws and his atomic.
That's
Yeah.
like such an anime ass shot. Like,
Yeah.
That is
It
so
also
cool.
like
It's one of those
lends.
things that like establishes, especially in the Millennium era, that is in these two films that like helps with Godzilla's intelligence, that he is like just using everything he has in a fight to
Yeah, right.
I mean, the dude body slams her for Christ's sake.
because yeah. And then,
I want to make a couple points. Like this moment here as an example, definitely kind of lends to why I considered Godzilla to be the best character in this movie, because like he's actually reasonably intelligent. Yeah, and he's taking into account like how Megaguirus is like, going
how
super
he's
fast, and
fighting.
he uses
Right,
that
right.
and be like, oh, you want to play this? That? All right.
I think I
take on
really like a
Godzilla
lot
is
of the.
like-
I think I just like a lot of the expression moments that both of them have. Like obviously
Yeah.
the
In
smirk,
Minecraft.
but you have Godzilla shaking his head after he gets back up. You have him like when Megaguirus stops the atomic breath for the first time, just looking like what?
Yeah.
And
that's what I like about this take, is that he realizes he can't just brute force it, and so he actually has to use his brain, and that's what he's doing for the rest of the fight, and just kind of biding his time because he knows he can tank Megaguirus.
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
And that
Yeah.
actively starts
even takes-
pissing, and that actively
Minecraft.
starts pissing her off.
He even
Minecraft.
tanks getting stabbed in the dick by her.
Minecraft.
What?
I'm sorry, little one, for what I'm about to post in private chat.
Oh, no.
What are you doing?
What are you
What
doing?
the fuck are you doing?
Oh
You!
This is why I like being on stream, so that I don't have to manage anything. I can just be the goofiest little goof forever.
Screenshot that.
Fuck around the Megaguirus.
I'm getting that shit. I caught you, Zim. I got your ass.
God damn it! You can't do that. I mean, you just did. But God!
You gotta go away with this.
You can't keep getting away with this. I'm screeching.
Huh?
What did you say about
I
me?
need like no. I
What
need
you saying about me?
What did Zim put in
Wait.
private chat?
Vic?
Wait, you don't. Vic!
no. This is the what we're seeing is the kaiju equivalent of circumcision.
No, I think no.
Yeah,
Godzilla
wait.
actually does that himself.
Does this make Megaguirus Jewish?
Megaguirus' stinger.
What? Hold on. Wait. You're gonna do what to ice?
Kuro, you have no idea what you've unleashed on me on this world.
Wait, what happened now? What did he say now?
He said Megaguirus is Jewish, and now that is deep Zim lore.
That's
I was
amazing.
gonna say it was very unkosher.
This is just
Oh, no.
Godzilla's just like
Oh God.
So this is just Godzilla's trying to get a plasma hit, and Megaguirus is like, "That's not kosher."
This is very unkosher of you, Godzilla.
Oh god! She just. Oh god! I'm just
I was
imagining
just
like
making that
Megaguirus.
joke because I said like the sentence before that she fucking circumcised Godzilla.
She's. Oh my god.
Oh god! I just.
Zim,
I've got.
Zim,
I
you
just-
don't get it. That like visceral what?
Correct. You have no idea what you've unleashed.
Godzilla, this
Okay.
nuclear
God,
power
I
plant was promised to me 2,000 years ago.
No, no, it's even better in private chat.
Shut up.
I can only imagine like Megaguirus and Godzilla. They're doing jack. Like, oh god! I just had a horrible realization. Like, what if Godzilla versus Megaguirus ended up being like Jack and Jill, the Adam Sandler movie,
Shut up.
and Megaguirus is Jill? Like
Zim,
that.
Oh no.
do you have access to your own soundboard on these, or is that not?
Whoa,
us?
what's that?
It's Minecraft.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Because I'm just like, I want the clip of just being like, well, off to hang myself.
I can give you all of my stuff that I used for Zimcast for the
No, because
future.
like Zim, I've been
gnome
saying this.
fuck.
What you need to do
Wait.
is what you need to do.
Emoji.
Oh my god. Wait. If Megaguirus is Jewish, then they portrayed her as an invasive bug creature. What did they mean by that?
No.
Oy vey, Goyimzilla.
Oh no!
Oh jeez, but like, God.
Your move, Kariko.
Anyways, but oh jeez, I've now completely lost what I was gonna say.
Like Godzilla.
Oh no, it's
Godzilla
gone.
actually.
Guys, we're gonna get
well and
canceled.
truly
Godzilla's
gone.
actually real.
Canceled
The
for
final
this.
battle is actually really well done because Godzilla actively has to adapt to Megaguirus' challenges.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, fine.
And the
Get the
fact-
hell out of here. Why are you saying back shot so fine? God damn it.
That is like tame compared to half of the crap that we have said right now.
Yeah.
Fireball! Fireball!
Hadouken.
Motherfucker!
Hadouken.
Wait, no, ready, listen. Ah, you see, Godzilla, I'm a better wizard than you. Fireball!
Get spear bombed, fucker.
Oh man.
Zim, I need you to like get all of your like stuff you use for your streams and just put them as a soundboard on the server because you don't understand how much I would use you gnome fuck.
Oh, wait. We're about to get to the moment.
Ooh. Now he's
I
doing
circumcise
circumcision.
you.
Get circumcised, bitch!
You aren't even circumcised yourself.
You will not take my dick from me.
Yeah, man, blow you the fuck up.
When you have to get past YouTube Spencers and Toho, so you make your own fun.
Wait, Zim, what? You couldn't.
This is genuinely some of the most fun I've had with the discussion stream in a
This is
long
like
time.
this is turning into like a Godzilla movie abridged or something.
Yeah, this is Godzilla.
We should totally make it a bridge. We should make it a bridge of versus Megaguirus.
That
I
get-
would
that
love
would get,
that.
like, dude, that would get like immediately slammed. We have to
Toho would
like,
be like,
That would
take
be
his-
body slammed by Toho.
what's it called? Toho and the Israeli government team up to take us down. They'd be like, Mossad, take his foreskin.
Wait, where's the body slam?
What?
Find the body slam, Zim, please. Find the body slam.
Every time a new monster appears, Godzilla just yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Godzilla, yeah.
Godzilla Final Wars in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was in a nutshell. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Why are we
Oh
like
god.
this?
Oh god, this is some of the most fun I've had with the discussion stream. Find the
'Cause now
body
we're
slam,
just, like-
please.
we're now just and like the point where now we just dick around because I don't know how much we have left to talk about.
I-
We
We could
didn't
go
get to
through-
go over.
eh.
Oh my! I posted it in the Discord, and Xenotron said he slammed her. Well, you read it yourselves. You read it yourselves.
Oh,
Wait.
I kind of have to bounce real quick. If the stream's still going, I might come back on. Just give me.
I mean, we could probably go over concept designs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Go, you mean
Yeah,
go
but,
back
I'll-
to concept designs?
Yeah, back
Yeah,
to the
I'll be-
concept stuff.
Yeah, but I kind of mentioned in Minecraft that I kind of have to bounce real quick.
Right
so,
there.
One sec.
Ooh.
All right, so all right, I might be back, so I'll catch it in a bit.
See
I
ya.
just wait. I'm
Ooh.
Ah!
the thing I'm always
Genuinely.
scared about playing the footage just unfiltered is it just getting slammed by YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it took about 5 seconds. Ain't gonna kill us, thankfully.
And
Like,
plus, you're not
holy
playing the
fuck.
audio. You're not playing the audio.
You know,
exactly.
she is a fucking asshole, and I love her. And this is where
Yeah.
I wonder how they pulled off this effect.
I think it was
video
like
warping.
they warp it.
I'm making a team of like when monsters like smirk, like she alongside the Indominus Rex and then Scar King.
You mean the Indoraptor?
Yeah, I meant to say Indoraptor.
Oh my god.
Look, I'm too scatterbrained because of everything that's going on. Okay, so don't blame me for
Wait, he keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does she keep kicking me in the dick?
Wait,
She is
I think
a
I figured out a way to
fucking-
beat her. If you
Tim,
say
I
hit her
swear
really
to God,
hard.
if you say hit him really hard, I will kick you in the dick.
Well, I guess we could hit her really hard together.
Whatever.
Is that a reference to something?
Dragon Ball Z abridged.
Of
Oh.
course it
Tim,
is.
You know what works?
Teamwork. Finish him off, you gibbering elf.
I remember that. It's been a while anyway. So.
Jesus Christ.
It's from the Metal Cooler movie.
Hmm.
Let's get back to the concepts.
Yes, please.
Aww.
I feel like we're gonna get canceled already because of the stream.
This is absolutely beautiful.
No. This ain't even the craziest shit we've done.
Yeah.
No, not even close. But yeah,
I need I just thinking of Sims. Wait, what?
that was beautiful.
The most visceral
Anyways,
noise I've
concepts.
ever heard.
Let's
from
talk about them.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the final head is pretty good.
What'd you say? You like head?
Vic.
That's my boy.
I can't even be mad at that. I can't even be mad at that.
Like honestly, I would say with this design here, with how the body, like obviously it's not full. I could imagine this being like a full bipedal design. Like I would love to take this and
See,
just make it a
I had
full
to go.
thing.
Hey,
Like
Sim,
I really love this design.
Yeah.
I don't think
It
it's
is
better
quite
than what
cool.
we got, but it is. I think this would work much better as like a full-on alien design, or if Megaguirus' origins were that it was more mutated.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be used for like an alien monster or something in like an IDW comic.
Yeah.
But I do want to clarify something real quick. Is Megaguirus / the Megalodon from the past, or is it a mutated insect?
They're from the past.
yeah, they're
It's
from
the
Okay,
same like
okay.
it's like the same deal with like Anguirus, being that like for some reason both of them are like the sizes that they are in the present, but just they're all from like prehistoric times.
They came for the past to play those shitty games that suck ass.
You'd rather eat.
Take you back
You'd
to
rather have a buffalo. Take a
diarrhea dumping is easier. It was so cool seeing him in person at G-Fest.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you make him? Did you have him say anything?
No, like honestly, he was getting like him and Doug were getting like swamped by so many people. I just wanted to say hey and stuff like that.
I brought this up before, but the day Nostalgia Critic ever touches -1, we're doing a whole ass debate. We're doing a whole ass stream on him.
I might.
It really depends on
No,
what
what
his
Black says
opinion
is perfect. What if Megaguirus was the name of Anguirus' transformation after eating a radioactive mega mushroom?
No. Megaguirus
Okay,
is the name of
but,
Anguirus'
I really like this concept art for Megaguirus. I think if you were to just, I think my one thing with it is the head feels a little too big. If you made like her head line up better with the rest of the neck and it's less bulbous and it's more like more streamlined, then I think you'd be dealing with a really good design. It's very close to the one that we get in the film, but I like the way the wings are drawn in here more.
Well, it also appeared on the advance poster too.
And that's essentially the advanced poster design. Like when it comes to like the final versions of the monsters, almost always the advanced posters are the final designs, but just stylized a bit.
Yeah, like
This
Megaguirus
one here, like, is again super common writer.
I get
but, like, I also
Kamacu's
really-
vibes from these.
Really, this one I can
Yeah.
kind of see. This one,
No,
honestly,
you know
I
what
kinda
I
think
you
about
know what
this.
I think when I look at this one? The Martians from the 1950s War of the Worlds.
Hmm.
1950s.
I can see it like kind of here and like right
Kinda.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like
Remember this
Megaguirus
guy?
as a Megaguirus as a concept in terms of design and in terms of like what they were trying to go for, really deserved to be in a much better movie. Like just so much better.
I know we're not gonna really probably discuss them too much, but like honestly, I prefer this design, like this color scheme for the Griffin, even though I like the final design better.
Yeah, no,
Griffin?
the jet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the GX something Griffin. I forget what it's
Right,
designated
because I was
for.
like, you have this pulled up, and I was like, you're talking about the colors for the Megaguirus concept art, or
no, just
oh, you're
specifically.
because the okay.
I do
Wow.
I like this color. Honestly,
My eyes
this
just
feels
weren't
more
seeing.
Dragonfly-esque in terms of like colors. I guess because of like the sheen on it, whereas on the suit it doesn't really have as much of a sheen. And I would say like the other thing this reminds me of is like it reminds me of like an elite miner from Halo 2 specifically. Like it has that exact same shade of blue, and they have like the orange bulbs on their like arms for their shields. So like when I saw this, like honestly, it feels so early 2000s with its like design and its scheme. That's like I'm also just nostalgic for that time period when it came to how things were designed back then.
Yeah,
Then there's this design that feels super Mothra-esque.
Ooh.
That
I think this one is my least favorite.
Or buggy.
It's very buggy.
Hmm.
Just like
Feels
this
a
way.
bug.
Almost like it's an insect or something.
I don't like that look.
It almost looks
No.
like a fly mixed with a moth and
It
a
look-
little bit of a dragonfly.
It looks like if a prawn from District 9 tried to cosplay as Mothra.
Yeah, I could see that. That looks like a almost like there's a person there. Almost
That
more
is
like the Martian.
It almost
terrifying.
looks like a devil.
That
man.
is a terrifying look.
That's
Yeah,
a devil man demon.
yeah, Devilman or like Common Rider. I could again see like a Kaijin from Common Rider looking like this.
I like how the mandibles sort of form like the deformed demon mouth.
I am going to eat your soul. Yeah.
I swallow your soul. I swallow your soul.
Let me feel
Swallow
your
this.
skin.
I'm gonna move out a little bit on these designs here.
That's super weird and interesting.
She looks like a spaceship, kind of.
I
Especially
don't.
with the big hair.
Okay, I think this design would have been a lot better. Had it looks a lot better from the front. From the side, this looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
No, but
how
like
high-
it looks like this piece is just gonna detach into like another monster, kind of. Especially
looks-
right there.
Honestly, this feels like a modified Orga.
Yeah.
It looks like you just attached like some weird crustacean shrimp looking giant creature to the bottom of an ornithopter.
Oh,
Another thing it reminds me of, it reminds
it's
me
the blueprint
of
for the trilopods. It's the blueprint for the trilopods from Rollers of Earth.
maybe. It also reminds there's a boss in Elden Ring Night Rain that like splits off into like a moth and a scorpion, and it reminds me of this concept here. If anyone's played Night Rain.
I have not played Night Ring yet. It's really it's not on my radar. I'm taking a break from the Souls games.
That's fair. Like I still play Elden Ring from time to time, but I don't really have the time for Night Rain. Yeah,
It's like I literally went from Dark Souls 1, finished it, liked it. Dark Souls 2, I played for 2 hours and thought it was awful. And then played Dark Souls 3, which is my favorite Souls game.
Yeah, 3 is my favorite too.
I'm sorry. 2 is it.
Yes, Megaguirus. Let's
Mothra
go.
comic. I wanted to get to
like,
that.
The thing about I'll say this and then we'll get to this design, is that Dark Souls 2 feels like it plays like a Chinese ripoff of Dark Souls.
I wouldn't say that. It definitely, like, having played a lot of Souls likes, it definitely feels more like a Souls game.
It didn't feel good.
Yeah, it's definitely because of how they do like their directional stuff. But that's something you can definitely save that for things in the future, because I definitely do want to talk more about games stuff outside of my channel. But Megaguirus, like, honestly, might be definitive Megaguirus design for me, besides like maybe these bits here.
I think the wings should be a little bit larger.
I think they are. I think it's just the paneling here for this.
Yeah, that's probably the problem, because like on the cover they're gigantic.
Yeah. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Mothra design in this comic at all.
Really?
but
Yo,
yeah.
crazy.
She's like too
Common
fluffy and
Zimzilla L.
Nah, that's a common Zim W.
Nah, Zim. This one's an L.
No.
Because like
I will-
Mothra
I-
Gemini is my
I'll
second
give you
favorite
the-
Mothra design. I really like
I-
that look.
Will 1v5 all of you.
I don't really have an opinion on Mothra. I don't have an opinion on Mothra.
Why is this design not good?
Just generally.
05, you don't get to say Zimhel.
05.
You are not allowed to say that, my friend.
You are in no position.
Since
Minecraft,
it's not my stream, I can.
just-
05. Since it's not my stream, I get to be a little bit more saucy. 05. You have not watched the taste of my deck out of your mouth from the last debate. You do not have the right to talk about my L's.
I literally
Yeah.
just finished watching that debate. Like,
In the biggest air quotes of my life debate.
yeah,
I need to listen to that again. It's just so because
that was. I'm sorry, that was torturous.
He responded with a shocked emoji.
Exactly. 05. Just remember, the entire debate was just me.
It's okay. It's okay.
it's like Final Wars Doji fighting Zilla. That's really what it was.
Exactly.
Except here's the thing.
Total Villa
Yeah.
death.
No, let me just put it this way: Zilla actually got off easy because at least he died quick.
Oh my god. Post what Rooney said.
Wow!
Oh boy.
I know I have to bounce soon because I have work to get
Yeah,
to.
look, I was gonna
I'll
end this
finish it
off with the
Oh,
Mothra
okay,
comic.
fair enough.
Yeah, end us off here.
Well, no, real quick. I really like kind of the grouper mouth here. It feels more insectoid, but you still keep the general design of the
I
head.
feel like this makes sense because this is like her in like prehistoric times, right?
Yeah.
So it makes more sense because she hasn't been like exposed to like the G cells and whatnot. Like this is her more natural.
What's it called? Black's comment just is perfect for this. Just no lube. Gorosaurus.
Look what
This is Rooney against 05 in a nutshell.
Hey,
Hey,
don't
don't
disrespect
insult
Gorosaurus like that.
True. I apologize.
Look what happened.
I was hoping to mention like how I was kind of hoping before the stream was over, like how kind of stupid it was for like a team of soldiers to just bring rockets to a Godzilla fight.
They
Especially
didn't
when-
even have any Aneb.
No, it didn't. Like, so what were they hoping to accomplish?
I think it's crazy. It starts with rocket launchers, and the next thing, black hole gun. That's
Like,
crazy.
I'm just like, I'll say this: the ridiculousness of that aside, that sequence is probably one of my favorites. In like,
It
the
is
entire
pretty cool.
franchise. Like, just this shot right here, where like they're just waiting, and you see Godzilla just kind of walking forward. It is very beautiful to me. As well,
I think,
I
like,
love more on the ground stuff too. Generally,
I do appreciate that Godzilla.
I do like the having more direct human kaiju interactions in this movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Or like these like this shot like right here. Like you just see, or like yeah, right here. Like we just
see
that
his,
right there.
You just see the car flying.
The car fly
by.
through.
No, I mean, here's the thing. I don't have any problem with how Godzilla is presented in the scene. But my problem really stems from the logic behind why why the soldiers, like including our protagonist, just like the strategy there. Like,
no, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like visually, how it's presented, beautiful. The logic behind it is annoying because it's like it could be so much better if you contextualized it more, because then more people could buy into it. However,
like, give
I
it
wanna
mini
think-
black hole guns.
Exactly, but
no.
Michiru Oshima's score for this film, especially in this scene here, like she does a lot of heavy lifting to help make this movie real like pop in some ways.
This was before this was the first time the Tokyo SOS theme was used, right?
This is Fateful Encounter is this.
It's her. Yeah, this is her first time really doing a score for a Godzilla film, and the score for this movie is one of its strongest aspects outside of all the genuine unique encounters that it has and like skill abilities that the kaiju in this film have. I think so. Yeah. Like, imagine this if it was like the Odo Island Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be that. Like, here's the thing. Logically speaking, it would actually make more sense for a bunch of soldiers to carry rocket launchers with them if it was something like Odo Goji.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Is that I think it could have made for a really interesting sequence, and I'm kind of why I prefer kaiju on a much smaller end than the absurd heights, literally, of the Heisei era. Like, that's too much. The kaiju being 50 meters and around that region is what I think works best.
Yeah. But yeah. Also, Zim,
So you want
a
fun fact too, as the gun guy, the gun that they are using is a 84 millimeter Carl Gustaf, or also known as the Hoya 84, and it's the same type of recoilless rifle that Gondo uses in Godzilla versus Biollante. So I forget who it was who mentioned it, but yeah, if they had Anub, then it would actually make the scene make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, if they had Anub, or if it was like or if this like a similar something, even if they were just going for like a fictionalized like rocket launcher that kind of is functionally like this, but not exactly like the Anub thing, like somewhere like some weird in between thing, then okay, then that would be it'd be a little more acceptable. I still would take issue with the soldiers just taking Godzilla on foot without anything else.
Mm-hmm. I also think technically how they use them is kind of incorrect, I believe, but I may be slightly wrong.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, no, that's Godzilla versus Megaguirus. This was actually quite fun. This was way more lively than I was expecting it to be.
It really was, for better and for worse.
Yeah, thank you, Mental Gens, for joining. Any shilling before y'all bounce?
Just because I have to go to work, I just want to chill a bit first. I got a book I am working on. If you guys like writings, I will be doing a video next week to announce the Flash fictions so that more people can get involved. And yeah, more Zim, more Ziller, total Zill death. Have a good one, guys.
Absolute Ziller.
Have a good one, Jim.
Yeah, take care, man.
See you, dude. Who's next?
I'm still writing the script for my next video. I've got stuff in the pipeline. Once I get moved down to where I'm gonna be by the end of the month, I will have a lot more free time to actually start working on YouTube videos after I get settled. So as far as recommendations, go read Gaia Tima and go watch Avatar 3. Good.
Cool.
Ooh.
Who's next?
All right, I guess so. I guess I'll go next. This has been the Sea Monster, obviously the only Godzilla vs. Megaguirus hater on the stream, apparently. Yeah, as far as like what I got going on my channel, I do videos and live streams. I do have a live stream planned for 2 weeks from now. At least that's the goal with that. So, but that could change. So stay tuned for updates on that. I am currently working on the Congo 5 stream supercut, which is going to include highlights from that Confused Matthew stream, but that one's gonna take quite a while. And I also
shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be really long. But as far as like video, like full on like essay videos, I do have something coming up in a few months, video wise. It's gonna be worth looking into, and I have some stuff in the pipeline, and I'm even working on the script of another video as well. That's probably going to be a big one, but I won't give any details about it beyond that.
Oh boy!
As far nice. But yeah, follow me on here. Follow me on Twitter. It's Sea Monster. And if you want my recommendations, Wrong Tale is pretty nice. So go watch Avatar 3, I guess. But aside from that,
get my other recommendation out here. Go watch the Funny Horse Show. You all know the one I'm talking about.
He's not hosting around.
I do have another recommendation as well. Honestly, go watch some episodes of the classic Twilight Zone, because I've been watching some of that as of late, and it good, really, really good. Check it out.
All right, and then as for me on YouTube here, you can find me as the Kaiju Not. I am taking a little bit of a break from like streaming stuff, just until I get a better setup going on. I might do a few little videos and shorts here and there. Getting pretty close to 500 subs, and that will be like another, what is it called? Another mile to cross to working on getting monetized and stuff, I guess, or something like that. And other than that, you can find me as Vic Monstrous or Vic's Monstrosities on Twitter and the like. I am currently accepting and working on commissions as well. So if you want some personalized art of your favorite kaiju or characters, you can contact me through there or on my Ko-fi page or coffee page, whatever you call it. And then I did recently do a DeviantArt account, so you can find me on there too, Vic Monstrous, for a bit more of variety in my other artworks and stuff. Other than that, thank you for having me on, as always.
All right, follow me on the DeviantArt and Instagram. I promise I'll post more on Instagram. I have a backlog. And also follow me on Twitter for funny memes. Oh, and also, as for my recommendation, read Batman Elmer Fudd or I'll break your kneecaps.
For my recommendation, I recommend the classic progressive film It Came From Beneath the Sea. Very good film.
No.
Only the classiest fans enjoy it.
Damn it.
Common Vic L.
No. Vic, I don't see how you can defend that movie.
It's a great movie. It's so progressive. It's got lots of cool classic monster action.
In the last 10 minutes.
No, you just don't. You don't like good setup, good story building, anticipation.
I know what good storytelling and good anticipation is and build up. I don't really agree that. It Came From Beneath the Sea is that.
The Sea is everything that people say Godzilla 2014 was.
Yeah.
It was in 98 though. It was referenced, so it's gotta be good.
No. Slop recognizes slop.
Yeah.
No taste.
Yeah, and then so that's pretty much all recommendations. You can find me here, my channel, go subscribe, please, because I want to get to 1K so we can do a Project Nemesis discussion stream.
Everyone
And
unsubscribe
I have-
so we can never reach it.
I hope. Also, keep an eye out. I am working on a Monmusu video essay. I've paused that because I want to give this series a rewatch with notes. Don't start. as well as I am in the back working on a Nemesis video essay, character study essay, as well as my book, and then a flash fiction project for Zim. So for Zim's thing. So keep an eye out on that. And also follow me on Instagram, Kara and Blue Sky. I am semi-active on Blue Sky and Kara, and I'm very frequently active on Instagram. So yeah, and I will be seeing you all for whatever comes next. Take care. Peace.
Peace.
That's a bush.
What the fuck?
Fucking hell, Zil. Oh, fucking hell,